Welcome to this vlogumentary on my recent visit to the White Monastery, Red Monastery and the Monastery of Martyrs, all located near each other around Sahag in Upper Egypt. We'll be exploring the early history of the roots of the Coptic Church, showcasing stunning architecture, beautiful art and its rich cultural history, as well as taking a little delve into the Coptic language, the Coptic calendar, its links to ancient Egypt as well as Roman Egypt. However, please be advised that this video does contain footage of human remains which may not be suitable for all viewers, and viewer discretion is advised. Let's begin our journey through these fascinating historical sites. Our first location, the White Monastery, also known as Dir el-Abyad, is a Coptic Orthodox monastery located in the desert of Upper Egypt, around 15 miles northwest of the city of Sahag. It was founded in the 4th century AD by Saint Shenouda the Archimandrite, or bishop, and is considered to be one of the most important and celebrated monasteries in Egypt. The monastery is named after its white limestone walls that bear striking similarities to those found around ancient Egyptian temples. In fact, some of the limestone blocks used to construct the monastery were repurposed from an ancient Egyptian temple and still bear the hieroglyphs and reliefs to this day. The reuse of materials and architectural elements is not uncommon. Structures were frequently repurposed, rebuilt, or refurbished over time. The similarities between the White Monastery and ancient Egyptian temples highlight the continuity and evolution of architectural traditions throughout Egypt's long history. Saint Shenouda founded the monastery in the 4th century AD, and by the time of his death in 466, the population of the White Monastery had grown to over 2,000 monks and nuns in residence. The Coptic Church was founded in the 1st century, making it the oldest denomination of Christianity, with some even claiming it was founded by baby Jesus himself during his early years in Egypt. The Coptic language used in the church today has evolved from ancient Egyptian, which was written in hieroglyphs. The Coptic language is a direct descendant of ancient Egyptian, and has many similarities in terms of grammar, vocabulary, phonetics and syntax. The Coptic language was the key to deciphering the Rosetta Stone, which is how we're able to decipher hieroglyphs today, and is why UNESCO has declared the Coptic language as a living human heritage, with a history of use nearly 2 to 3 times longer than ancient Greek or Latin. Over time, the Coptic language underwent several modernizations, evolving into its current format, which uses characters from the ancient Greek alphabet. This change was primarily due to the influence of Greek culture into Egypt after the invasion of Alexander the Great and his dynasty of Hellenic pharaohs, as Greek had become the administrative language of Egypt. Today, the Coptic Church uses the language as a means of worship and communication, and it is a vital part of the cultural identity of Coptic Christians. Saint Shenouda Monastery was built in the 4th to 5th century AD. It is built on the site of an ancient Egyptian temple, and the links to ancient Egypt can be seen throughout the entire complex. The White Monastery was built at a time of great upheaval in Egypt. The country was under constant attack from foreign invaders, and the Christian population was often persecuted. Despite these challenges, the monastery continued to thrive and played an important role in the spiritual and cultural life of the early Coptic Church. The monastery was burned during the Persian conquest in 619 AD, and again by the Mamelukes in 1798 when they were fleeing Napoleon's army. Despite these setbacks, a part of the church inside the monastery remains largely intact, even though it was burnt during the Persian conquest. This part of the monastery was also restored during the reign of Muhammad Ali Pasha, and the restoration work is still ongoing. The church at the White Monastery is a beautiful example of early Christian architecture in Egypt. The walls of the church are decorated with beautiful frescoes and icons that date all the way back to the 6th century. The frescoes depict scenes from the life of Christ as well as images of saints and martyrs. The icons themselves are painted on wooden panels and depict various biblical scenes and saints. The Church of Saint Shenouda has several important medieval paintings, including an image of Christ in Majesty, the Deisis, and the Virgin and Child. In 2008 and 2010, conservators conducted test cleanings and surveys of the paintings, which revealed the materials and techniques used in their execution. In 2015, emergency conservation was undertaken on the Virgin Child painting due to its attachment of the plaster support. The full cleaning and conservation of the painting revealed a wealth of technical information, including the use of mineral-based tempera paints with expensive lead-based pigments. The painting was executed by a skilled artist, with some elements executed by a less accomplished painter. The White Monastery has undergone several restorations over the years. This restoration work has been carried out by the Egyptian government, the Coptic Church, as well as other international organisations, and has involved repairing and rebuilding parts of the monastery complex. Today, the White Monastery continues to be an important centre of worship and pilgrimage for the Coptic Church. The monastery is open to all visitors and guided tours are available. Visitors can explore the church, the monastery complex and surrounding desert landscape. The Red Monastery, located just a few kilometers away from the White Monastery, is surrounded with its red brick walls and white limestone. Inside we find its colourful frescoes blending Roman and Byzantine art with Coptic iconography. It's a true feast for the eyes. Let's delve deeper into its history and all its secrets. The main building is composed of a long rectangular space surrounded by 3 wings, with the middle wing being the largest. Attached to the southwest corner of the building is the Church of the Virgin Mary. This monastery's church ends in a tripartite structure, decorated with murals done with tempera paint depicting biblical scenes including Jesus Christ, the Virgin Mary, the 4 Gospels and the 4 Apostles. The Red Monastery's beautifully vibrant frescoes represent a mix of Eastern Roman and Byzantine art with Coptic iconography. This mix of styles and iconography is reflective of the diverse cultural and religious influences present in Egypt at this time. The church has been decorated with frescoes on 4 separate occasions, with the last being in the 8th century, all done by a group of skilled artists. The frescoes in the Church of St. Mary are remarkable for their use of colour composition and attention to detail. The artists use a technique called encaustic painting, which involves mixing pigments with heated beeswax and applying the mixture to a wet plaster surface. This technique allowed the artist to create vivid colours and rich textures that are still stunning to behold today. In addition to the language, the Coptic Church also shares other cultural practices with ancient Egypt. In the former basilica of the Red Monastery, we see a complete Coptic calendar in graffiti on the interior walls. This calendar is still used by the Coptic Church and is almost identical to the ancient Egyptian calendar that preceded it, even retaining the names of the ancient Egyptian gods for the month. The Coptic calendar has 13 months, and each month has 30 days with an additional 5 or 6 days at the end of the year. The calendar has been in use for thousands of years and is still used by Egyptian farmers to determine the planting and harvesting seasons. Interestingly, the Coptic calendar played a role in the development of the modern calendar. When Julius Caesar reformed the Roman calendar, he asked Egyptian astronomers to help him determine the length of the year, and their calculations were based on the ancient Egyptian calendar. This demonstrates a deep and enduring influence of ancient Egyptian culture on the world, which can still be seen in modern times. Fast forward 4 centuries to the construction time of the White and Red Monasteries. They probably received funding to be built and decorated by Emperor Constantine's mother, Augustina Helena, whom was known for her patronage of Christian churches and monasteries throughout the Roman Empire. Today, the frescoes in the Church of St. Mary continue to inspire and amaze visitors from all around the world. They are a testament to the power of art to transcend time and connect us back to the past, and a reminder of the incredible legacy of ancient Egypt. Finally, we will now explore the Monastery of Martyrs, where we'll look back at what happened during the centuries prior to the Roman conversion of Christianity. I am again warning you that this part does contain footage of human remains, which may not be suitable for all viewers. You are advised not to watch if you are of a sensitive disposition. The Monastery of Martyrs is a testament to the courage and faith of the early Christians in Upper Egypt. It serves as a stark reminder of the sacrifices that were made to uphold the faith and the importance of preserving these stories for future generations. The history of the Monastery of the Martyrs is both fascinating and tragic. During the reign of Roman emperors Diocletian and Maximian in the 3rd century, many Christians in Egypt were persecuted and martyred for their faith. The monastery was built on the site where many of these martyrs were killed, and it serves as a testament to their courage and their faith. One of the most striking stories of martyrdom associated with the monastery is the tale of the blood of the martyrs. According to legend, when the Roman soldiers were killing the Christians, the blood flowed so much that it rose to the ankles of the horses. This story serves as a powerful reminder of the brutality and violence inflicted upon the early Christian community. However, the martyrs were not only men but also women and children, whom were also killed for refusing to renounce their faith. These stories of martyrdom, while tragic, serve as a reminder of the courage and faith of the early Christian community in Egypt. The Monastery of the Martyrs is a testament to their sacrifice, and it continues to be an important place of pilgrimage for Coptic Christians today. While the stories of martyrdom may be difficult to hear, they are an important part of the history of the Coptic Church and should not be forgotten. And with that, we conclude our journey through the White Monastery, the Red Monastery, and the Monastery of Martyrs. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the rich history of the Coptic Church, from its origins and language to its calendar and culture, as well as the hardships that the early Egyptian Christians endured under Roman persecution. These monasteries are a testament to the strength and perseverance of the Coptic people, who have preserved their faith and traditions throughout the millennia. We have seen stunning examples of architecture and artistry at all of these monasteries, as well as the stories of martyrs who sacrificed their lives for their beliefs. We invite you to continue exploring the fascinating world of the Coptic Church and its impact on Egyptian history and culture. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we hope that you've gained a deeper understanding and appreciation for this ancient and enduring faith.